What's going on, everybody? It's your boy D Mac. Welcome to this afternoon program. I had to come in and do this review about those MB-01s. I'm waiting to get my pair or pairs because they're fire, and I'm gonna go ahead and jump into this and just give some feedback and some reviews and just some of my thoughts on the business model that he's using for the MB-01. So now, all right. They drop. You have the, I call them pastel orange. You have the pastel green. You have, of course, the Charlotte Hornets colors, the teal and the purple. And then you have the all white ones. And the reviews that have been coming in by athletes that have been wearing them and people out here who just try the shoe and they go and do reaction videos and they've been all given high grades for it. They've been given great thumb marks. They said that it's really comfortable. It's snug on your foot. It doesn't give leeway for like ankle, you know what I'm saying? When your ankle pop over, you know, on the court out there and stuff, you know, there's a whole lot of times where you come down, you land on somebody's ankle, and the top of the shoe is usually kind of hard based on how the shoe is made. And so it doesn't really support the ankle. They rely more on the inside cushioning to support the ankle, and a lot of times that's just not enough support, and you'll have those ankle rolls. And so they were saying about the MB-01s that, you know, the way that it's soft all over and even the top is soft and form fitting, the whole top part of the shoe will form fit around your ankle, kind of like almost a sock fit, so that you'll have that extra support also from the outside of the shoe and you're not just relying on the cushion on the inside. So that's a really good thing, especially for guys who are balling and doing different sports with these shoes on. They're also real nice. You can wear them with, you know, outfits and things of that nature. You like to color coordinate. If you like bright, outstanding colors, then that's absolutely a shoe for you. And then they have the all white for those guys who just like the basic shoe. If they'll come out with a black, that'll be pretty dope too. Something for the future thought. But overall, they've been given a good review. They say that the, you know, the design of it definitely incorporates everything of Lamelo. It's got his tattoo on the tongue going up the front, the one of one. Um, in the stitching right in the side, it has the same color stitching as the shoe. It says the one of one, not of this world, and all of the different little things that just says Lamelo Ball. So it definitely has his personality, you should say, and even the wings going around the sides of the top. It's a very cool design, very dope design. Everybody's giving it really high praise and high marks. Now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to talk about the business model behind it, because there's been some real shady things going on as far as the business model for LaMelo Ball's whole entire brand. And there's some, I guess, legal issues or some league issues with getting that number one jersey. That's been the big top issue, is having that number one jersey, because his branding is around that one of one. So him wearing number two is problematic for his branding and him taking Puma to a whole nother level, because that's what I'm putting out there. And I've been saying from day one that LaMelo Ball is going to take his team to a whole nother level like he's doing now with the Charlotte Hornets. So that has been validated. And he's also going to take Puma to a whole nother level. And they're going to rival the Jordan. as this young man progresses throughout his career. And I'm not going to say that, oh, he's just going to come and blow Jordan out of the water. No, that's a very hefty task to take on because Jordans are worldwide famous. Jordans, you have people that will stand in lines for hours just to get Jordans. That's how it used to be. Now you can get them online and reserve them and all of that good stuff. But it's still the same deal. The PS5, whatever PS4, PS5, any of the PlayStations, and Jordans. Those are two things that people are going to get in a line, that people are going to be definitely trying to hurry up and get theirs first. So there's always going to be a backlog on it. There's always going to be some type of issues with those two specific items because of their popularity worldwide. And so to rival the Jordan is going to take some time, but to come out as strong as LaMelo has come out, because he is one of one. No one has done what LaMelo has done. No one's made their way into the league like LaMelo has. No one has been rookie of the year in two different professional leagues. No one has come in and just transformed the team at such a young age like LaMelo Ball. That's absolute evident. There's absolutely nobody who can argue that. They can try to, but their argument really won't have much behind it. So LaMelo is absolutely one of one, like he says. Now, I say that in a few years, this young man will absolutely rival and surpass the Jordan if he continues on the track that he's on right now. Now, like I said, there once he gets that number 1 jersey and he can fully brand his line like he wants to, it's endless where it's going to go, especially with the father that he has, with the marketing skills and genius that LeVar Ball has. Now, the triple Bs, that's definitely something to aspire to have your own brand, period. As far as shoe, it's not in conjunction with Nike or any of those big labels. That's absolutely something to aspire to. Hey, how you doing, Anita? Thank you for coming in. It's a blessing to see you. And thank you for being faithful, because I didn't think I thought a lot of people had bounced out on me because I took a month off when some stuff happened. And I was like, yeah, I'll come back. I'll probably have a few subscribers, but I'm so glad to see that y'all are still checking in on me. So I appreciate you, Anita, and blessings to you. Um, but yeah, with LaMelo, man, it's like this kid is absolutely one of one. His charisma is contagious. His respect and his attitude for the game and his just plain cutthroat honesty is attractive to everyone, because we're in a place in our society right now where people are so deceptive and they're so elusive in their wording and they're just so not honest, that having somebody to just come out and be like, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, it's just basketball at the end of the day. I love when he says that, because that's saying to this industry, I'm not going to put too much on it. I'm not going to jump through extra hoops. I'm not going to sell my soul basically to do what I love to do. And, people look at all of the statistics and they get caught up in so much stuff outside of the game on the court that it takes them out of their game. And so when he says at the end of the day, it's just basketball, I love it, because that is a reminder that, you're not above anything, but nothing's above you either. So, I have respect for that mentality. And there's been people who they'll jump in my little comment boxes down there and they'll make comments like, LaMelo, he's not the face of Puma. Neymar is the face of Puma. Or what's my man? Usain Bolt is the face of Puma. I'll say this: those men in their respective places are great. They're great athletes and they're great sportsmen all the way across the board. They've been nothing but classy and everything like that. Love Usain Bolt to death. But I'm gonna tell you this: in all reality, in all realistic measures, I've never heard anybody say, "Man, I got to get those Neymars," or "Bro, I got nah, I can't meet up with you, bro. I'm headed to the store. I'm be in line getting those Usain Bolts." I've never heard those comments ever made. Um, and like I say, those guys are respect. They are great in their respective sports, but their shoe brand, Lamelo is going to be the face of Puma. He's already becoming the face of Puma. His shoe is going to surpass any other shoe on Puma. He's going to take Puma to a whole entire new level, and it's going to rival Nike and the Jordan series. Period. The only thing that can stop this from taking place is LaMelo doing something just drastically crazy and just totally torching his future. That's really the only thing that can stop this from taking place. But if this young man stays on the trajectory that he is, and he's got an amazing support system behind him with his family, and they stick together, and if they don't allow this league and this media and all of these other people to come between them, then they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. LeVar Ball talked about it recently with AB the Hero. Shout out to AB the Hero. He talked about it recently, saying that when these three brothers come together, watch the what's the word that he used? Not a dynasty. Salute. What's happening, Reverend Tony in the house? Appreciate you, bro. I'm just talking about these MB1s and how LaMelo is about to take Puma to this to that level that Michael Jordan took Nike. Um, but yeah, man, LeVar has already said it. They're gonna definitely have a dynasty, and they're definitely gonna be $1 billion industry. The Ball family in itself. You have the all three brothers there making headway. Lonzo is in Chicago, and he's definitely doing his thing. He got his confidence. They giving him this role. He knows he's gonna be solid there. He ain't worried about trade talks and all that. And Lonzo is balling out, and he's making good business decisions as well. See, you don't hear about Lonzo's business decisions as much as you hear about LaMelo's. You also don't hear about Jello's business decisions as much as you hear about LaMelo's, because LaMelo is, by all rights and intents, the star of the family right now. He's got the most fanfare. Lonzo has his lane. Jello's developing his lane. And LaMelo has his lane. But that's the way that they've always been. That's the way their father raised them to be. Stay in your lane. That's one of LeVar's mottos. Stay in your lane. All of them know their lane. They respect each other's lane, and they do their thing as brothers, and they do what they have to do. So as they build their notoriety, their popularity, not to mention the NFTs, that's the non-transfundable tokens. And as they grow, those NFTs grow. That's kind of like say you buy stocks or bonds and or something on Wall Street. Say you buy some stocks and the company does something good and now it makes the stock in that company go up. That's all an NFT is. If you buy a Lamelo Ball NFT, as his stats grow, as the things that he do outside of the league, his philanthropy and other things that make these guys popular, his number of people growing on these different platforms, as these things grow, that NFT gains value, and so this kid has so many things that Michael Jordan didn't have when Jordan came into the league. So let's go back and look at when Jordan came in the league. Now, one thing about Michael Jordan is he really, he really was the one who opened the door to branding, because Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, they're the ones who started the big pay increase where NBA players made started making considerable money. That's because of Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. Now, when Michael Jordan got into the league, he was the one who brought the branding, because Michael Jordan coming out of North Carolina, him and James Worthy, they came out the same time. James Worthy went on to be a Laker. Michael went to Chicago. Boom, bam. But Jordan transcended basketball. Yeah, you love what he did on the court, but just his aura in itself, you couldn't wait to see what he was going to do. No matter what, you just couldn't wait to see the ball in his hands. And when he had the ball in his hands, he didn't disappoint. And because of that, not only because of that, but because of the things that he was doing off course, the Space Jam, all of these different things, he appealed to a different class of people, and he appealed to almost everybody. Jordan was universal, and they were able to make money off of that, and not like a little bit of money, significant money. And Jordan took Nike from down here, because really, to be honest, until Jordan got with Nike, we rocked Converse a lot of the times. We were still in those Converse and Adidas days, because that's back when Run DMC had Adidas out there. So we was rocking Nike a little bit, but we was really into something else. We was into Converse All Star, Chuck Taylors, and we was into Adidas. But when Jordan came and he brought those ones, he changed the game. He changed the game for making money, a second revenue outside of basketball. He made his name. Anytime they used that name, they had to pay that man. This was new. This was a precedence that was set in basketball. And so that opened the doorway for all of these endorsement deals from all of these outside companies who at any other time would not associate themselves to basketball, sports, anything like that. That made him a household name. And this is Lonzo Ball is doing. I'm not Lonzo, I'm sorry. Lamelo Ball is doing. Right now, Lamelo Ball is becoming that household name. Before he even made it to the NBA, everybody knew who this kid was. And he didn't go to college. So you knew him in high school. You knew him in seventh grade. You knew him all the way through his entire growth and development on and off the court. And people fell in love with that. They came out with their show, and LeVar was initially that big, larger than life personality that put them out on the forefront, but then Melo snuck up, kind of like a Steve Urkel in Family Matters. You remember that Steve came on originally as just one of those ever so often guests, but people took to him so much that they made Steve a permanent fixture in the show, and killed Judy off. Judy went upstairs one day, and Judy never came back down. And then it was Steve Urkel from then on. And so that's what LaMelo Ball was in the Ball family show. It started because of LeVar's larger than life personality, but LaMelo kind of creeped in there and took a lot of that fanfare, because just so many of the kids in the new generation, they relate to Mello. They are Mello. There's so many LaMelos out there just in the world, and they can relate to this kid, and they have that connection. And now that he's coming up and he's doing everything that he says, nobody likes it better when somebody can talk junk and back it up. Proof in point, Muhammad Ali, one of the greatest champions of all time. We loved Ali so much because he backed up what he said. If he said he was going to take him out in 5, he was going to take him out in 5. If he said he was going to take him out in 1, he was going to take him out in 1. And he had fun, and he was just him, and he was unapologetically him, and he didn't allow the world to burden him with all of the things that media and society will try to burden you with. And that's what we loved him for. And that's what we love Melo for. Because Melo has that mindset. Melo has that killer instinct that everybody talks about, but yet he can remain humble in it, and he don't have to always show you what he is, because he's secure in himself, he's secure and confident in his game, and we see that, and that's what we gravitate to with. And so saying that, with that being said, and then compiling on top of that, that he didn't go to that conventional route that everybody goes, and that's where that one of one comes from. Because this young man went to Lithuania. Lithuania can't even. Where's Lithuania on the map? I give you 20 minutes to find Lithuania on the map. But then he goes from Lithuania to Australia. Let me get it correct. From Lithuania to Australia. Now, the Australian League is not a weak league. There are some great players from that Australian League. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Ben Simmons come from that Australia League or something. There's a lot of great players that come out of Australia. There's a lot of great competition in that Australia League. And so for him to go into that Australian League and get Rookie of the Year, how old was he? Like 17, 18 years old? He had to be about 17 or 18, because after he left there, he came to Spire and played at Spire, and that's still high school. So this kid is 17, 18. He's already made Rookie of the Year in a professional league, not a weak professional league. Then he comes back here and gets ready, sharpen up, and goes into the draft. Should have been number 1. He would have been number 2 if Golden State would have stuck to their word, because they called Lamelo Ball and they told him that they was going to pick him with that number 2 pick. That's what Steve Kerr did. But then they turned around and they picked Wiseman. Wasn't it Wiseman that they picked, Golden State? Whoever it was to pick, yeah, I think it was Wiseman. But yeah, they were supposed to pick Melo, but they didn't. And so Charlotte got him number 3. And I bet you Golden State is kicking themselves right now, because just imagine, all right, you have Clay go down. Steph is going to do his thing, but everybody saw what happened when Clay went down. When Clay went down, it took something out of the team. There was a disconnect there from the team, because when you got this strong chain that's always been working and one of those links is out, it throws everything out of whack, and it's just not the same. Even if you put it back together, if you put it back together without that one link, it's still not going to be the same. And so that's how Golden State was operating for a time. You see, they went back and got Iguodala back, because there was a chemistry there when they were a championship team that's missing. And so now Clay's coming back. But I say all that to just say this, that they understand that LaMelo Ball is the future of the NBA. No, people can argue that all they want to. They can say anybody else, but nobody has had this impact on basketball since Michael Jordan. And it's crazy ironic that he plays for Michael Jordan, and his brother has brought a resurgence to Michael Jordan's old team. That right there is just the irony, and that is just, it tickles me pink. And so, with all of that being said, man, I see this family as being the first $1 trillion family industry I see them taking Puma to the level of a Nike and then branching off with the Triple B and making that into what LeVar truly wants it to be. But that's to come in the future, and that's going to be predicated upon the success of Jello as well, because Jello is that middle B. And so he has two of the B's where they need to be, no pun intended, but they need that middle B in place, and he's getting there. So we're going to see some more remarkable things from this family, even more than what they've done now, because they've definitely set a precedence in basketball. They've changed the whole entire scope of basketball and how these guys can get paid in college now. You can get paid in the G League now, and you don't have to go that conventional route anymore. That's because of the Ball family. They've changed the face of basketball forever, period. And no one's had this impact on basketball like this since Michael Jordan, not even LeBron. No. So that's just my take on everything. I'm waiting to get my MB-01s. When I get them, I'm gonna jump on here and I'm gonna show them to you. I'm gonna go out. I ain't gonna go hoop. Man, I ain't hooped in so many years. I ain't about to embarrass myself on this thing, but I will definitely come in and show them to y'all, man, and just tell you what I really think, man. Just to let the family know that, yo, D-Mac support y'all, man. I got mad love for everything that y'all doing, because you're letting people know that there's more than one way to skin a cat. And so y'all know what I say, man. This is your boy D-Mac. Thank you, Anita, for coming in. I appreciate you, Reverend Tony, for coming in. Anybody else that's going to come in and check out this little review. Once again, shout out to the Ball family, AB the hero, all of you providers out there who are doing your thing and staying true to the content and not to YouTube. This is your boy D-Mac. You know what I say. Sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.